Welcome. This is Will at Work, and I am Kevin. Today we're looking at the Atari Joystick Keychain. So, this is a plug-and-play TV game, much like the Jack-specific units that we have looked at aplenty on here. And but this is like a very small Atari-style joystick that you can connect to your keychain, which is a little silly because you do need all of this wiring if you actually want to connect it to your television. So, you know, it's more of a novelty, like, hey, I have a whole console right here, but I have this cord in my backpack, you know, that I have to go get if we're actually going to use it. And, you know, this kind of an idea might not be too bad if they did it like the Game Stick way, and they had like a small HDMI device that they could plug in and do it wirelessly, but then I'm sure that the price would get a lot more expensive. What's kind of neat about this, though, you know, is you got Centipede and Yar's Revenge, and then they, you know, released a paddle controller as well for Pong and Breakout and Warlords. And then they had one more with Asteroids and Millipede. I only have this one. I hadn't even seen the other ones. It's, you know, it's kind of interesting that they did this. I mean, you know, it's 2006. They could have easily put in better games in terms of, or more games, I should say, in terms of what this thing supports. It's not like that would be a big ask to put a little extra memory in here, but I think they were kind of going for something just very cheap and you know, kind of a novelty thing. Like, look at this little joystick I've got. We can connect it and play, you know, Centipede or Yar's Revenge. Not that you couldn't spend some hours playing Yar's Revenge. I know people that certainly did. You know, runs on 3 AA batteries, etc. So we're not going to open it because it's never been opened, and it is in the space plastic, which is always a pain to open anyway. But yeah, it's just a little novelty thing. Is it a game system? No, not really. But since it has multiple games on it, and I have this new camera, folks, and I do realize that it struggles with keeping things in focus. And it does have autofocus, and it works okay, but it does not work as fast as focus on my phone, which didn't always work great either. I think autofocuses in general tend to be a little bit touch and go, but especially when you're kind of like only moving within a foot radius, like it has to figure out like, hey, my hand is now closer, and I kind of have to tell it like, hey, you want to focus on what's right in front of you. And then eventually it gets it, you know, but it's a bit of a struggle to get it to see how that just sort of softly focused in on that. So I'm aware of that, and I wish I could make things a lot better. I've got some ideas in my head about moving off this carpet onto a table of some sort, but I really like the focus of having everything right here and keeping everything sort of very tight, so we can just stay on the subject at hand and not, you know, be wondering like, the wood grain there looks really interesting that Kevin has. It's not that great. So anyway, that's another Walmart purchase. Looks like I tore, or maybe somebody gave this to me as a gift, which is quite possible. And they tore the price tag off. But Atari Joystick Keychain, whatever. Thanks for watching. We'll see what comes next.